Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Marin and today's video is going to be my March favorites. So let's go ahead and get into it. In this video, I am going to take you through my favorites in 3 different categories. So I will start with my bookish favorites, move on to my beauty favorites, and end with my miscellaneous favorites. I did film one of these for February and I included a few things from January. I'll link that up above if you would like to go back and watch. But let's go ahead and get into it first with my bookish favorites for March. March has been a very good reading month for me in terms of numbers, and I actually came away with 4 5-star reads as well. So definitely the most 5 stars that I have had so far in 2025. So let's go ahead and just run through them. I did vlog 3 of these, so I will link you to the vlogs in the description box and in the cards as applicable. The first one I did not vlog though, and that is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. This is a historical fiction book that is based on the real life of Martha Ballard. She was a midwife in the 1700s and she kept a journal of the various women that she helped and other things that were going on in her small town in Maine. There are some liberties taken a little bit with the narrative of this book, but I really liked this one. If you're a fan of historical fiction, this is a really good one, and I really enjoyed the audio, so would highly recommend that. The next 2 5 stars actually came from the same vlog, so I'll link that up above, but I was trying to get a jump start on my March TBR, so I read What You Leave Behind by Wanda M. Morris, and I really had a good time with this one. This one follows a woman named Dina who has kind of hit rock bottom in her personal life. Her mother has passed away, she's lost her job, and her husband has filed for divorce. So she goes back home to her small southern town in Georgia. It's like a little bit outside of Atlanta, where she stumbles upon a mystery that has something to do with heirs property law. So I found this one really interesting. There are some supernatural elements, so keep that in mind. If that's not your thing, you may want to avoid, but if you don't mind those, this is a good one. I had a really good time with it. There were lots of twists and turns, so I highly recommend this one. And in that same vlog, I also read Dark Matter by Michelle Paver. This is a ghost story, as the tagline tells you. This is set in a fictional abandoned mining town of Norway, and it has to do with a crew that are going to this place to kind of do like a geological survey for a company in the UK. And as things progress, things start going wrong until Jack is the only one left in this town, if you can call it a town, in Norway, and there are ghostly apparitions. Again, it is a ghost story. There is a lovable furry companion named Itzhak, a husky that kind of steals the show a little bit, and I had a very good time with this. The audio of this is so engaging and atmospheric. I would highly recommend checking out the audio for this book in particular. And my final 5 star came from my buzzword vlog, which again, I'll link up above, and that is Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. This is the second book in the Magnolia Parks universe. We are following Daisy's POV in the events of the first book. So Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates are taking place simultaneously. Daisy is a very bright med student whose brother Julian is the leader of a gang, if you will, underworld crime lord, that kind of situation going on. And her romance is with Christian, who we met in Magnolia Parks. And once again, this has some toxicity in terms of the romance, but I really liked this one a lot. I liked it more than Magnolia Parks, which means this one needed to be a 5 star since that one was a 4 star. There were some points in this book that kind of made me tear up a little bit, so I really liked this one, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with Daisy's story. And an honorable mention that I want to go ahead and include in this video, even though it was not a 5 star, is that I read the next Nancy Drew book, which I believe was number 39. I might be wrong, but I think it was 39. And that was The Clue of the Dancing Puppet. And I really liked this one. I DNF'd the previous book in this series because of the overtly racist things that were included just within like the first 2 chapters, and I knew I was not going to have a good time with this one. So I didn't have high hopes for this next book, but I really liked this one. I think it's one of my favorite of the series. I gave it 4 stars, which most of the time when I'm reading these, they are between a 3 and a 3.5. So 4 stars is kind of high praise for these Nancy Drew books. This one is following Nancy, Bess, and George as they go to a house that is housing some people who are running an amateur acting troupe, if you will, and they put on shows and things like that. And at night, a mechanized dancing puppet keeps appearing on the lawn. So Nancy, of course, goes to try to sort out that mystery. But I really liked this one. It's a little nonsensical when the mystery comes together, but overall I had a good time with this. There were some twists and turns in the narrative I wasn't expecting, so I can highly recommend this one in terms of the Nancy Drews. If you are wanting to read Nancy Drews, this is a good one. Now let's go ahead and turn our attention to my beauty favorites for March. Now I only have 3 beauty favorites and 2 of them kind of go together. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the makeup item that I wanted to mention. I have very sensitive eyes. They are very itchy, pretty much 24/7. So I was on the hunt to find a mascara that did not cause itchiness, particularly along my lash line, which is how my allergies can kind of manifest. I have been using this mascara for several months now. I've gone through like 3 tubes of this. So I wanna go ahead and give it a shout out because this does not cause itchiness. So if you have sensitive eyes, this might be a brand for you to check out. But this is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Cleantopia mascara specifically. This one is in the blue-black shade. I believe it is called Ultramarine Black, so it has a bluish tint to the black mascara, and I really like this. I love this mascara because it does not make my eyes itch. So I wanted to give a shout out because this one is just really good. I actually just opened this new tube because I'd finished up another one. This one has a very simple brush, so nothing crazy with that, but I really like this. I love the blue included in the black. It kind of helps my brown eyes pop a little bit more, so would highly recommend this if you have sensitivity to mascara. Maybe give this one a look. Now the next 2 products are more of like a health thing, I guess, medical thing, if you will, but I was suffering with some terrible itchiness and rashes along my neck right here. I get them right here in the middle and then also here, and they can get very inflamed, very itchy, very red. And I was looking into a few different ingredients and products that might help, and I found this Nizoral Psoriasis Relief Cream that has 3% salicylic acid. So it comes in a container like this. It's just a tube, and I would put this on and it really did help with the itchiness. So I decided to pair it up with a body wash to kind of do a little bit more prevention if at all possible. So I picked up this Naturium The Perfector Salicylic Acid Body Wash. It looks like this. It does have a pump, and I was putting this on that area, kind of letting it sit for a little while, and then I would follow up with this, and it finally cleared up the itchiness and the redness and things like that. One thing I do want to say though is that this did burn if I put it on like super inflamed skin. So just something to keep in mind. It does fade and then it helps the itchiness completely subside, but obviously, I want to mention that so you're not shocked if you do go ahead and pick this up. Obviously, this is geared towards psoriasis. They've never been able to tell me what this is when it flares up because I don't have it all the time, but it does flare up, and it was particularly bad in January and February and into the beginning of March before I kind of started doing this combo. So I just wanted to kind of mention this. If you are dealing with dry skin, flaking, itchiness, maybe check something out that has salicylic acid in it or that is made specifically in this case for psoriasis, because maybe that will help you. And now let's move on to the one singular item that I have in my miscellaneous favorites category for March. The next thing I'm going to mention is a game that I play on my iPad. I think you can play it on your phone and things like that. It is called Hamster Inn, and it is as cute as it sounds. So this is a time management game where you are running a hotel with hamsters. So it says hotel management when you're an adorable tiny hamster is no easy task, but somebody's gotta squeak and do it. Open the world's very first hamster inn and serve all sorts of cute animal guests. Upgrade and decorate your hotel as you provide 5-star service. With each new room, a flurry of whiskered guests eagerly await your service. Ensure their comfort, upgrade your inn, and witness a cascade of delightful moments in this vibrant inn kawaii game and management sim. So it is just called Hamster Inn. You are playing as hamsters that are running this hotel, and as you play and earn seeds, in this case, because they are hamsters, you get to open up different areas of the hotel and add different amenities. There are some in-app purchases. I don't do them, so keep that in mind. I know some people really don't like them, but they're not super intrusive, so you know, you can kind of play and ignore them. But one thing this does say, it says, so are you ready to dive into the world of whiskers, tiny paws, and cozy inns? Your delightful journey as an innkeeper awaits. Welcome to Hamster Inn, where every day is an adorable adventure. And it is super cute. The images that they have like on their page, so I'm reading off of the App Store, are exactly what the game looks like. You're opening your hamster inn up to little tiny critters, and they're really stinking adorable. So just want to give that a shout out. It is super low stakes. It is a kind of mindless entertainment. It is stress-free, and it's very cute. So if you are looking for that kind of game, I would recommend Hamster Inn. I've been playing that one a lot and been enjoying it. So anyway, those are my favorites for March. Not a lot of them, but you know, that's okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. If you made it to the end of this video and would like to leave me an emoji to show me you were here, go ahead and leave me the heart emoji of your choice in honor of my favorites, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.